This is the second part of an interview with Desire Street press author Lewis Hillary Park in reference to his highly acclaimed debut novel, Wolf's Run. Wolf's Run is set in the midst of the civil rights era in Mississippi in the 1960s. In honor of Martin Luther King Day, we wanted to talk with Lewis about the birthing of this novel. Lewis, you're an eighth-generation Southerner. Did you and your family have to undergo an awakening, shall we say, in terms of the civil rights movement? And is that reflected in Wolf's Run?
Yes, I think it absolutely is. That was one of the things that I tried to depict in the novel was sort of the growing awareness by all citizens of that era of the coming tide, the rising tide of the civil rights era. And I absolutely think that my family had to undergo that. My family's roots go back a long way in the South. And so there had been some traditions, some thinking that certainly did not fit in with that. I think we absolutely, my parents certainly had to undergo a period of growth in their thinking as that time came about.
So what is the key moment in Wolf's Run that demonstrates this?
Well, without getting into too many details of the novel, for me, I would say it's when Holly Lee Carter, the central female character who is the editor of the newspaper in my fictional town of DeLong, Mississippi, has to make a very big decision about whether or not she is going to honor in the news pages of that paper a soldier slain in Vietnam who happens to be black. Before that time, the policy of the newspaper has been white news only. Now that certainly seems outdated in our era, but it was not uncommon at all in the South during that time. And she was under a great deal of pressure from advertisers not to break that very negative tradition, you might say. Threat of losing the paper, threat of losing income. She has to make a big decision at that point. And that's the moment of awakening, I think, for her, when she says, you know, this just isn't right, and I can't be part of it anymore. And that's when it happens. So I think that's the key moment.